I'm going to ask you a question now that I really wrestled with, because I didn't want to put you on the spot, and I certainly don't want to embarrass you, and I don't want you to be mad at me and not let me interview you again or anything like that, but it's just one of those things that I think we have every right to know. Have you decided on what kind of cupcakes you're going to have at the wedding?
All right, this interview's over. Interview done. Yes, I have.
Yeah, what are we getting?
Well, we're doing
Still waiting for my invite, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, we are trying to keep it very small, so don't be offended. But yeah, you know, just as wedding cakey as possible.
So real rich and moist.
Yeah, and white. You know.
No chocolate?
No.
Okay.
No chocolate.
Nashville Cat put me up to asking you that question. So.
No, it's good. It's coming along. It's all right.
When are you going to find time to do this, Carrie?
Oh, that is an awesome question.
Look at your schedule, and it just doesn't look like there are many places. No.
No, I was talking to Brad Paisley the other day, and you know we were talking about getting married and stuff like that, and I said it's going to be really interesting because we've not spent a lot of consecutive time together, Mike and I. So we're both doing our own thing, which I love. You know, I'm a very independent person, and he is too. So I think it's kind of cool that we have our own things. That's what we do. We support each other in that. But yeah, I was like, we've never spent a lot of time consecutive days together. And Brad was like, that's the way me and Kim were. He said, right after we got married, he's like 2 weeks later, I was back on the road, and a month later she had a movie to shoot, and blah, blah, blah. So he's like, that's the way we do it. And it kind of made me feel good to hear somebody. And I mean, they were completely happy and totally perfect for each other, and, utterly disgusting. But, it just made me feel good that they make it work, It's nice to have someone with experience.
Yeah. I suppose you've turned all of Chakotay into hockey fans now.
Maybe. I don't know. I certainly am. They won last night. Triple overtime.
Saw that. Congratulations.
Yeah, what a mess. I was like, I had to call his brother to figure out what was going on, because this is my first playoffs. They didn't make the playoffs last year. This is my first playoffs, so I was like, why do they keep going? Like, what's going on? When's the shootout? So I had to call him and figure out what was going on.
Are you worried about him keeping his teeth?
We were kind of past that.
TMI.
No, he can't take them out, which is the important thing.
That's the important thing.
Well, some of his buddies, I don't know, they're used to it. They just don't wear their teeth, and it's like, oh, okay.
Well, you just see, wedding photo looking like Alfred E. Newman or something, with a big space.
He's got good dentist.
Right. Well, I know you've got other things to do, but I want to ask you about the change from your first visit here to now. There's a bit of a security blanket when you're the opening act, knowing that there are people behind the headliner who are taking care of all kinds of details, and basically you got to show up, warm everybody up for 20 minutes, and stay out of the way. What is the difference now as the headliner? What kind of additional pressures, if any, do you feel in terms of responsibility for the people that you're taking around with you?
Well, in the beginning, I was horrified. I was really nervous. I was the one dragging my feet on, is headlining the right thing for me? Because like you said, there is a security blanket that goes on. If it doesn't sell out, it's not my fault. If nobody shows up, it's not my fault. It's the headliner's fault. But no, just being out on tour with lots of different people, you learn what the things that you like, the things that you don't like, and how you want to do things, if and when you get to headline. And we've taken a lot of that with us. And after the first time I headlined, now I feel a lot better. This is my second time around, and I do feel a lot better. But yeah, I feel like everybody enjoys being out on the road, and we make sure everybody's happy, and we always try to figure out events and stuff like that to do together, and kind of bond with each other. And we have a really good group of people out with us. Everybody's bands and crews, and Craig Morgan and Sons of Sylvia, they are awesome people. So it's really easy just to go out and do what you do, and not really worry about anything else.
You look fantastic.
Thank you.
You look happy.
I am.
You've never sounded better, and you're going to have to expand your mantle.
Actually, yeah, I'm a very blessed person. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking for a new cabinet at some point to hold my goodies.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank
Thank you so much again for this time, and you've always been so good to us and accessible to all of us, and we love you. We all kind of feel like we have something invested in you because we all followed weekly in the early days.
People definitely do. I mean, I feel like an elected official pretty much, and I want to do what my constituents want me to do, and I still get people all the time that tell me they voted for me, a zillion times when I was on Idol, and that means a lot that they've been with me this long.
Down in the parking lot, I was talking to a couple of moms who were thrilled and frankly relieved that their daughters want to be Carrie Underwood.
Aww.
I mean, that just kind of, what does that make you feel like? I mean, I haven't seen a headline yet that says Carrie Underwood arrested in bar fight.
Oh.
You know what I mean? You're a good role model.
Thank you. That's a hard thing to swallow, because I feel like the most important role models are in the house. Or your parents or your siblings or people that are really close to you, and hopefully they're doing their job, and nothing that I do would sway people too far either way. But it's important to me just to do be the girl my parents raised, and just try to be the best person that I can be. And if other people can look to that, I think that's awesome. But if not, that's okay too, because like I said, the most important role models are in the home.
Well, you're a delightful human being.
Thank you.
You are everything you appear to be, and then some.
Thank you.
We love you, Carrie.
Thanks.
Carrie Underwood with us live in the studio on B93.